she just put up so much damage. Like, if I had the money, this is definitely the second character I would C6. Solely just because of, like, it's Navia. Navia's like one of my favorite characters in this game. Welcome back, everyone. No live recording for this one. I actually had to re-record this one. I ran it through on visionary mode, doing live commentary and whatnot. But the thing is, like, with uh this theater mode, it's like nothing really happens in like the in-between fights between the bosses. So I was kind of like, okay, well, I'll just like talk as I do like the big boss fights, right? And then just cut out the in between stuff and I'll just stay quiet or whatever. However, the issue with that is that those big boss fights are maybe like a minute and 30 at most, I think is like the timer, or maybe 2 minutes, something along those lines. And so like it would just be like a minute 30 talking, and then like obviously speed up or cut out like the other stuff, and then like another minute 30 talking, and it just didn't feel like it flowed very well, if that makes sense. Especially like if I have to concentrate really hard, I couldn't really process like a sentence for thoroughly. So I was like, you know what, like this is probably not a good idea. And then on top of that, when I reached the final dude of the theater, which is like that like hydro dog dude, I don't know his name. I had to try like a lot of different teams because like I couldn't beat him. And then when I thought I stumbled upon like the right team at the end, I would like just run out of time. I'd be like 2 or 3 seconds like off just beating it. So I was like, you know what, let me just let me redo this on hard mode. I know the mode I can beat. I'll do the same tactic that I do on all my other Imaginarium Theater runs, is I'll just like play through it, whatever, and then skip over the boring little fights, and then go back over and do like the voiceover. That way I can have more to talk about, more to discuss, just make it more interesting. But speaking of which, one of the things I did discuss about the Imaginarium Theater when I did like the first run through is that the stars, I believe, are going to actually be worth something in a future update. I think it was in this like last live stream with Varessa that they said that they were like, oh yeah, the stars you earn in the Imaginarium Theater are gonna give you rewards. And I've been saying it for like the longest time ever. I'm like, well, there's really no incentive to getting the stars, right? Besides just like showing off. And even then, like, it doesn't really matter, right? Because like no one would like really care for your stars. So it was always just kind of, the stars were just kind of there as like a little golden star on top of your clear, like, oh, like good job, like you were able to meet these conditions to beat it. But if you can already beat it even without the star, you still got the rewards, right? So now that there's gonna be rewards for getting the stars, I feel like you're more incentivized to kind of think more on how you're gonna like do the teams, like the enemies you're gonna face, the buffs you're gonna want, maybe build some of these units more. Like I had the option to run Diana, but I don't have Diana built. I used to, but now she doesn't have artifacts. Her weapons under leveled, her talents are leveled up, right? And that's just like an example of one unit. Auroron, right? Like I have him, but I don't have him built, so I have to use the one they offer you here. And he's pretty solid. He was working like phenomenally during this run, so I can only imagine how well built Auroron is gonna work. But right, like giving rewards for like the stars makes it like that much more challenging to like actually beat entirely, especially if you're doing visionary mode. You're going to really have to lock in and like really think on how like the whole run's gonna go through. And it adds that extra level of challenge that some players might want. Me personally, depending on how good the rewards are, I'll like try and lock in. But again, like I fell really really short of beating it just without getting the stars. So I'm not sure how confident I would be like doing it on top of getting the stars. You know what I mean? It'd just be like an extra challenge. And again, some people are up to it, some people aren't. I think it would just depend on the elements and the rewards for me. So yeah, super awesome that that's actually happening and that's getting implemented, because it definitely, like I said, it just felt like kind of worthless. They were just kind of there, like, oh, like cool, I got a star, whatever. But luckily this selection for the Imaginarium Theater was pretty solid. I have a lot of these units built. The only thing that I kind of slacked on was that like today's like the last day. I think there was like 14 hours left on it before it went away, and I was like, oh, I need some content, and I'm gonna save the tower, the Zenless tower, for like Thursday's video or maybe next week's. We'll see. And I was like, okay, let me log on Genshin because I was like, I think I'm gonna do the Abyss. But I logged in, I saw that there was like 14 hours left on the theater, and I was like, you know what, like let me lock it and let me let me beat this because I'm a little behind. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little behind, and yeah, I'm a little behind in the story. I'm behind on Honkai's story. It's just hard to keep up with so many gacha games and then like still have to like record stuff, you know. And like we've been playing other games and stuff. Like me and my buddies have been playing some Baldur's Gate 3. I absolutely carry them on my Warlock build. It's not even a question. So yeah, if they're watching this, they know they're getting carried, but they just won't admit it. No one's gonna admit they get carried by me, by the chat. But anyways, yeah, like I said, like the unit selection here was like pretty solid. A lot of these Hydra units I have built. I think Hydra's probably one of like my better elements for units. Like I have Farina, Yelan, Xingqiu, like pretty well built. I'm just missing Nouvelette, which kind of is like a bummer that I don't have him. I think next time he comes around, I'm gonna summon for him. I need him and Nahida, if I'm being honest. Like those are like two units I feel like I skipped out on and like I'm definitely suffering from. Especially because I get to use Nouvelette here, and I was like, I'm not too sure how to use Nouvelette, so we'll just go in here and just figure it out. And he just like wiped the floor with this crab, dude, and you'll see how fast he wipes the floor with this dude. But I was like even thinking, I was even thinking of like restarting the floor and seeing if I can like just bring one character and just have it be Nouvelette. That way I can save other characters. But I found out in the later floor that you can't do that. You have to have 4 characters. So it's like whatever, but I get like my ultis off here, whatever. I get Nouvelette on field, and he just makes absolute short work of this dude. Like his HP just started like draining. I was like, wait, what is happening? And at this point I was kind of like, okay, maybe I should like just bring him, and like just have him like beat it and save my units. But like I just said, like I couldn't do it. Like it's forcing you to pick 4 characters, and I don't think I had 4 characters to like make up for the, you know what I mean? Like I don't think there could have been 4 characters I could have thrown in to like just leave Nouvelette alone, basically. But yeah, anyways, kept going through it. These small fights are always, kind of boring, very repetitive. The only ones I don't like doing is the ones where you have to defend the tower in the middle, like for like the HP thing. I think those are kind of lame. Oh, see, like, right here I tried just bringing these two, Chlorine and Sarah, but it was like, oh, you need 4. Because I was pretty confident I could beat it with those two. So, you know what? I was like, I'll just bring Ayaka and Eula just to fill up those 2 slots. And, like I beat it. I wasn't too worried about this floor. Popped a couple Ayaka and Eula ultimates here and there just to get the enemies beat, I guess. I don't know. I was just kind of like, this floor wasn't too difficult. This, like, it honestly felt like day and night compared from, like, the visionary mode to, like, this mode. Hard mode just, like, felt very, very easy. Whereas visionary mode just felt like a different game that I was playing. I felt like I was struggling. There was like one boss before the main boss that was like defeating me. It was like the big electro hammered Fatui dude, and then the Fatui dude with like the musket, and I couldn't beat him. Like I tried like so many different teams, and like I eventually caved in, and I had to use up my Yelan, which then costed me a run later down, and it was a mess. It was a mess playing on visionary mode. But hard mode, for some reason, is significantly easier. But anyways, here I'm just getting the buffs. I like saving my buffs to the very end, so at least I know what units I'm gonna have. And right here, I kind of went with the freezing buff, and I think I went with like 2 of the hydro and electro buff. And at this point, I was like, okay, well, Nouvelette didn't work last time on visionary mode because I tried a Nouvelette team, and he just wasn't doing enough damage. But the Navia team I tried was like beating this guy pretty good. So right here, I made sure to bring Layla for the freeze when he wants to be frozen, and then Sarah for the other mode that he goes into where you need like an electro reaction, and if you opt for ultimate at like the right time, like it makes him get down again. But like if I'm being honest, this was literally just the Navia show. She just put up so much damage. Like if I had the money, this is definitely the second character I would C6. solely just because of like it's Navia. Navia is like one of my favorite characters in this game. I think she's top 2. I think it's Eula, Navia is how it goes, and then 3 I don't remember. I don't remember from my top 10 list. But yeah, Navia's gameplay is so fun. I like playing Plunge Navia with Cloud Retainer. So when I play Plunge Navia, it's Navia, Farina, Cloud Retainer, and Bennett. And it's just so fun to play Plunge Navia. So I felt kind of bad not having her here, Miss Cloud Retainer. But like again, like she just deleted this dude, him being frozen, and then with her shatter, just like downs him basically. And it was just super light work. I think this is who's gonna be the cover for today's YouTube thumbnail. I love Navia, super awesome, super cool. You know what she says, Umbrella Warfare, I guess, and she beats everything. And yeah, I mean, wasn't too difficult this time around. I think the selection of characters this time was awesome, phenomenal. The what are they, like the guest characters, the extra ones. Again, it sucked that I can only pick Navia because I think Mizuki was up there, and I think 2 Natlin characters, Natlin units, something like that. I don't remember. It was 2 other units I couldn't use because I didn't have. I think Varessa was one of them actually. I don't know. But yeah, I freaking ×3 speed the accolades because those take forever. And after this, I claim the rewards, I believe. Let's see what I do. Okay, there's Wolfie. And keep in mind, I do have the rewards for 9 because I did like get that far in visionary mode. But if this was just hard mode, it would just only go up to 8. So that's why I'm claiming 9 or 1 through 9 because of visionary mode. And it sucks that I have to miss out on 10, but I just couldn't beat that last guy. But it is what it is, you know. And then here's me hanging out with Navia because that was awesome and she carried. And she actually does something here that I didn't know they would do. Let's see where it is. I think it's like right here when I go back up to her. It's like right here I'm trying to get a good picture with her. And look, she puts her arm out. I didn't know that you could do that in here. I was kind of shocked. I was like, oh, what the heck? Like, her arm is out. So I was like, I took this opportunity to take a picture with her. Or like, I guess the end of the video is a better thing to say. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Have a wonderful day. Make sure you do your make sure you do your Imaginarium Theater on time next time, everyone. Have a wonderful day. I don't know if I just said that, but I'll say it again. And trolls, don't get blocked. Remember everyone, Navia on top.